So every year you set these inspiring goals. You really want to make it happen. You're all excited. It's a new year. And then February comes and you haven't done anything. What are you going to do about it? Hello everybody, my name is Barry Horvath and this is Moving Forward TV with your local market update.
And I am DeLynn Gaston. Thank you so much for joining us. And we are now into February.
It's hard to believe.
I know.
Where's this year going?
Right? I know.
Do you know it's been almost 1 year since this pandemic started? Can you believe that?
I know.
Remember
Nuts.
it was going to be over in they
Yes.
were going to shut places down for like 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was going to be done by May.
Yeah.
And then it was going to be done by summer because the heat was going to kill everything.
Yeah, and then by fall, and then, the new year, 2021 will bring new things. So it's crazy.
Here we are.
But you know what? It's a great time to live in Tampa Bay.
Go Bucks!
Yeah, go Bucks. Okay, hey, you know what? Ever since Brady has come to the Bucks, I know this has nothing to do with our show, but
has to do with Barry's life, though.
This is my life, okay? You got to love my life. Since Brady has come to the Bucks, the Rays have gone to the World Series.
I know.
Okay, the Lightning won the Stanley Cup.
Are you saying he's a good luck charm?
I don't know what he is, but whatever. It's a coincidence. And the Bucks are going to the Super Bowl. Who would ever thought that could happen, right?
I know.
All in the same year. And for the first time in the history of the NFL, 60 years, the home team plays in their home stadium. That's kind of a big deal.
And in the first time in 60 years, no one's allowed to go.
I know. Yeah. Actually, one of my good friends, Ken, healthcare worker, got a ticket. They're giving
good
out
for him.
all those tickets to healthcare workers, and they're not selling them; they're donating them.
Oh,
how cool is that? Yeah.
So are you begging him that you'll wash his car for 5 years?
It's one ticket he got. That's all he got. One ticket. So yeah, he sent me a copy of the email. He's like, "Do you have a jersey I can borrow?" I'm like, "How about I just wear the jersey for you and go?"
I figured you'd say that.
Yeah, I can help you. So anyway, that has nothing to do with anything, but that's just our life in our bubble right now. So.
But what we are talking about is
we're going to talk
moving forward in 2021.
Yeah, moving forward, we're going to give you some great marketing tips, and a lot of you set goals for the year, and we know. Here's reality. You know what? I've been going to. I've had gym memberships forever, forever. Okay, and people sign up in January. They have all these inspired, and you go, the parking lot's full. Even in the pandemic, there's a lot of people. By February 1, it's down less.
The cars start to dwindle in the parking lot.
By March, you're like, hey, where did all the people go? In April, you're like, oh, it's summer. It's starting to, it's starting to warm up, and it's
people are doing outside stuff.
Yeah, that's it. But we all make excuses of why we're not following through with our goals, and that's one of the keys. Do you know the biggest complaint against loan originators? You know what the number one complaint is?
Not getting back to someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not getting back.
Right.
They don't do what they say they're going to do. So my marketing tip one is, I know it's not on the list. Do what you say you're going to do. Get back, follow up with people.
But you're right. You're right.
Yeah. It's really sad that happens. So.
One of the things I think that a lot of people appreciate that I try and do all the time as well is just when they send you an email or something like that to, hey, wanted to check on this or wanted to check on that, or, wanted to make sure that just reach out and say, got it. Just got it, working on it, something along those lines, yes, or did you get the stuff I sent you? Received, will review later today, something like that. Just so that they know that you, the communication comes down to communication. Yeah. So important.
So we have a new person in title.
Right.
And I think you're really going to love her because I'm going to tell you what this morning. Okay, so when you bring somebody on board, there's a lot when you switch companies in real estate world as well. You bring someone on board, and you got to get email set up. You got to get them set up in your software.
Yeah.
You got to get them
Logins,
set
passwords.
logins. Banking stuff, appointed with your underwriter, and the same thing in lender, and it's the same thing in real estate. You got to get them set up with their broker and all these things. You know what? She's came in and she's like, knew exactly what she needed to do, and she's like, I'm on it. She's already done.
See? Do you love that?
I'm like, yes, I'm on it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So it's a good thing. So you know what? And I was inspired by that. It made me feel good. I'm like, because I've heard, in past there's people like, I can't get in this software. I can't do this. I'm having trouble. You're going to need to follow, you know what I mean? That negativity, that positive vibe is just everything.
I know.
It means so, so much. And
So tip number 2 that is not on our list.
yeah.
Be positive. Positivity. Don't
Yeah.
always look for the
You know what?
downside of things.
You're not. No, all right, let's go right to
There's
tip
lots
number
of downsides of things, and we can all sit here and
That-
list a million of them for whatever we're doing.
Number 2 is you're not going to make everyone happy. We'll go back
There
to
you
number
go.
1. You're just not. Do your best, perform your best. Just know that it's not possible to make every customer you deal with happy
Right.
on every occasion, and you have to let go of it. It's business.
Right.
Some people just aren't going to like you for some reason. That's
Right.
okay, all right?
And that's the 80-20 rule. Basically, you're going to, 80% of the time you're going to make everybody happy, but there is that 20%, and it's okay. Don't dwell on it.
Yeah, it's just
Don't
like-
dwell on it. You move on.
Yeah, I mean, the President of the United States, clearly he didn't make everybody happy, but he
Right.
made a lot of people happy, right?
You made
It's the law of
49.9% of the people happy.
Apparently.
I don't even know that he made 49.9% of the people happy.
That's a whole
But
nother- that's a whole
anyway,
nother
we're not
show.
going there.
Yeah, so do your best and just understand that you're not going to make everybody happy, and it's okay to let go of some
Right.
clients. In fact, tip number
I was just gonna
1
say that.
is to dump those clients that
Actually
Are-
says dump wishy-washy.
dump wishy-washy people. Like, if they're not going to make you money, if they're not going to help you grow your business, if they're not aligned with you on what you want to do, sometimes you just make more money by not doing a deal.
Yep.
In real estate, in mortgage, in financial, in title, in no matter what business you're in, car detailing, whatever it is. Sometimes you just make more money by not dealing with that person. So be okay with that. Release, let it go. That's, it's so important because you get bogged down. Especially we get it with the hard files sometimes. I would
Right.
say, let it go. Not everybody deserves to own a home.
No.
So
Everyone has the opportunity, but not everyone deserves to own a home. You have to do the work and, get your ducks in a row.
we
in
love
order
those
to do
clients that get us the docs like ASAP.
I know.
And
I
we
know.
want to deal with them. And I know you as real estate professionals, you want those people too.
We all want to deal with those kind of people. Okay, but it's easy to get bogged down with the other people because you want to, especially people like me, people pleaser kind of things.
Right.
We want to make people happy. We want to see them succeed as well. So it's very hard, but
But
sometimes you're right. We have to say no.
But those people can suck the life out of you.
And they
don't-
have.
They don't. Here's what happens. I mean, you've seen it. They don't get you their documents on time.
No.
And
And then they want to close tomorrow.
they want to close, and they're like, well, why couldn't we close on time? Well, because you didn't get me your documents. Hello? People think just because you have the document now, you're all set. You're
Yeah.
ready to close. It's got to go through the process.
I know.
So in the real estate world, I'm sure you have the same thing. They'll drag you around. They want to see 20 houses on a Saturday. They don't really know what they want. They're wishy-washy. They're not specific. So it's your job as a professional to pinpoint what's important to them. So,
And that goes right into our next tip, which is always stay ahead of your client. So know your client, know what they're looking for so that you're not showing them 20 houses because they're not exactly sure what they want. So ask a lot of questions up front, find out exactly what they want. And I'm sure you guys do this already. This is like, 101 kind of stuff. But sometimes they will throw things at you and it's like, no, we have to have 3 bedrooms, we have to have 3 bedrooms, we have to have 3 bedrooms. And then you find out later on that, well, you know what, they can make do with 2 because they got 2 boys and 1 girl or something like that. So, whatever the case is. So sometimes things change. So, and especially as they start looking at houses, I think all of the sudden, I have to have a pool, I have to have a pool, I have to have a pool. But this perfect house doesn't have a pool. Well, you know what? Maybe we can live without that pool. So I think that people's minds change as they go through the process, because it's a long process to buying a house. So I think that you have to keep on asking questions and keep on trying to
keeping on.
narrow down what it is that they're looking for.
You really got to dig deep.
Dig deep.
When I say dig deep, I know on the mortgage side, we're digging super deep. Have you been divorced before? Because we need to know.
Right.
Did they need a divorce decree? Doesn't matter if it was 20 years ago. We still need to know about it.
Right, and that goes along with finding the problems before they know, because they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. So it's our job and your job as the realtor to ask them the questions and probe and try and find the problems.
And you need to ask a lot of questions. That's the key. Are you going to be relocated on your job soon? Is there that possibility? Is this a central? Where would you be relocated to? Is this a central spot for you? Those, in my mind, I'm not a realtor, nor do I ever want to be.
Right.
But those would be probing questions. Do you have children in school? Are
Right.
the school districts important to you? Are they going to be online school? Right. Is there a good
And
system
again,
in
we
place
know
for
you
that?
guys already ask all of these questions. We're just saying that I think sometimes people's minds change. You probably already know that too.
I mean,
we've learned that through our business, our end
because
of
we're in
it.
such a hot seller's market right now, it's like, oh, just get your offer, and you still need to pre-qualify your buyer to make sure you're showing them the right property, so it doesn't fall apart. Okay.
All right. Next one. This is standard in every business across the country.
No matter what
and
you
we've
do.
known it forever. Under promise and over deliver.
Love this one. Love this. Love this.
Bottom
tip.
line.
Yeah. Under promise. You know what? We're going to have you out of underwriting on Friday. And you know what happens? Even though that's only 2 days away, if it comes out on Monday, you're a bad person.
I know. Everybody's mad.
You're bad. But I'll have it out of underwriting for you next Tuesday. It's about 5 days, and it comes out on Friday. Woohoo! You're a superstar. So, and it's kind of like the airlines do. Have you noticed this? When you book a flight.
Yeah.
Okay. They put your arrival time, and they pad those times. They pad them.
Okay.
So it makes their on-time rate better. So they promise and over-deliver. You don't even know it. You're just thinking, oh, it's a 2-hour flight. No, it's really a 1 hour and 30-minute flight. And the pilot didn't fly any faster, but you got in 30 minutes early. Wow, isn't that an amazing airline?
Isn't this airline excellent?
Yeah,
I'm going to fly them all the time.
Yeah. No, you're not, because you're not flying. Not right now. But I think in real estate, too, the same thing. Hey, I'll get you those listings, this afternoon. I'll put you on auto search today. You better do it today.
I think it's such a competitive time right now for realtors. I think it's difficult to do things like that because, if you don't say, oh, I can get your house sold in, 14 days, give me 2 weeks and I'll have your house, your house will be under contract. Somebody else is coming in to say, I'll do it in 12 days.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a difficult time, I think, in the real estate world for things like that. But, I think it comes down to sincerity, just educate the customer. That's
be real.
Probably on this list too, educate the customer as to what the realistic things are.
Be real. All right, let's move on to the next tip. Let the customer sell
love this
themselves. Okay? You ever go to a car lot and you meet that pushy salesperson and he's like, this is the car you want. This is it. It's got this feature. It's got that feature. You need this feature.
Right. He's telling you what you want.
Yeah. No. That's a bad thing. Let the customer. Goes back to asking questions.
Right.
Let them tell you what's important to you. What is important to them?
And they'll talk themselves into it.
Yeah, let them tell you. Do not push a house on them. Do not push a mortgage product on them. Do not push whatever on them. Let them tell you. And then they sell themselves. And you're just merely providing information. You don't need to be pushy in any situation. Follow up, be there, yes. I would say stand there with your catcher's mitt on and be ready for what falls. into your lap.
That's good. Another line that I've always loved, that I've always kind of lived by, is God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth so that you can listen twice as much as you speak.
I agree.
So
and sometimes we forget that.
And listen.
And sometimes I talk over you, and sometimes you talk over me, and we forget. But we've been together so long, it's what happens.
We finish each other's sentences.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little scary, right?
So so listen to what their needs are.
All right. Elementary 101, and you're going to all hate that I tell you this, mimic your customers. Do you ever notice, like, DeLynn acts a lot like me? Okay, never
Do
mind.
I?
No. I probably act more like her, actually. So mimic your customers. You know, when somebody talks loud to you and they're like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you been? I haven't talked to you in a long time. How are those refi rates? And you got to go right back to them. Oh, Bill, they're so good. I'm so glad you called. I haven't talked to you. Mimic that customer, his tone, his demeanor. Mimic them, and they'll feel more of a fuller connection with you. When you get that soft, quiet client, hi, Barry, how are you? Oh, I see your pictures on social media. It looks so happy. And then you got to come back. Oh, Margaret.
But if you came back with the other guy.
Yeah, if I came back, hey, Margaret, what's going on? Yeah. It's going to scare them away. You need to mimic their tone, their body actions. You need to connect on their level. And I'm not saying don't be someone you're not, because that's the wrong thing to do. But you do need to just kind of be able to connect on their level. That's so important. Any more you want to say about that, DeLynn?
No.
Okay. Kind of covered it all. I gave great examples. So.
You did.
Okay,
and I'm very glad you took that one.
Good. All right, the rest of the show's yours now.
So, no, you need to go on to this one.
Oh, the one you didn't want?
Yeah, I didn't want this one, so
we both agreed when we wrote this show that I would cover this one. So you're all going to...
I don't know if I agree with this one. That's why.
I kind of do. All right.
I think it's trickery.
Basically, all right, not only are you going to mimic to your client, but you want to adjust to their level. So when you get in a meeting and you meet a client for the first time, you want to be down below them, so you adjust your chair height. I
was going to say, not necessarily slouch like
By the way, I'm
that,
having
but
a good hair
adjust
day.
your...
I like my new hair person. I'm just kidding. So you want to get down in your chair so they're above you. They're higher than you. So they're talking down to you, okay? And as you build a rapport...
Not talking down to you, looking down.
Not down. They're looking down to you. It makes them feel like, you know, they're in complete control. And
like
as
they have the upper eye.
Yes, the upper eye on you. And as the meeting progresses, you slowly come up and you can adjust your chair. There's a lever right here on the side in case those of you don't know. And you come back up to their height, and then by the end of the conversation, you are slightly above them. I know that sounds weird. It's professionally proven that it works. DeLynn thinks it's weird. So next time you see me adjusting the chair in the room, you all know me, so I'll never do it with you. But there's something about people want to feel like they're in control when they first meet someone. And at some point, they're going to trust you as a professional, and they want you to be in control at the end. It's a psychological thing. And
I'm not saying that there isn't some validity to that, but I don't know.
You just don't like people adjusting the chair.
No, it's not even that. I always adjust the chair because
it's slight. It's not like you go down on the floor like you're having a powwow and you're going, "Hello, Mr. Customer." No, it's subtle. You're down just a little bit, and then you come up and you come up and. I know. You're all going to try it.
My luck, listen. I would go to subtly adjust the chair, and it would be one of those where it goes, whoop, clunk. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
All right.
I think it's a little bit of trickery, but you know what? But
it's not trickery.
But I think you're right. There's definitely some validity to it. With
you all try it, and I want you to let me know how it goes. If you get the listing. Boop, get the deal, boop, get the buyer.
Something to think about.
You can thank me. You can say, Barry's chair tip really worked for me. And then I'll become famous, and then next thing, all right, never mind. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Super Bowl again.
There you go. All right, let's talk about getting your clients to say no.
Yeah.
This one's an odd one, too.
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those, probably back up to the 80-20 where Well, actually, this one talks a little bit differently, but we all know that so many no's mean a yes, right? So every time you get a no, remember that, was that Brian Tracy
Yeah.
or Tom Hopkins
Yeah.
or something like that, where they said, many years ago, you want to get a no because eventually that puts you closer to a yes.
Yeah.
I've never really liked that either.
I know. I mean, I guess you want to get all the no's out, and then when you nail what you're looking for in the yes answer, it comes out and it's strong.
And the yes is
decisive.
happier?
Yeah, but
Because the person, I guess maybe there's a little bit of a guilt to it too, where they've said no, 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 and then you're starting to say, gosh, I need to say yes. This person has been so kind and nice to me. I need to say yes to one of these things.
I think when you're maybe qualifying a buyer per se, you're asking all the questions. Do you have this? No. Do you have that? No. Do you have a pay stub? Yes. Do you have a job? Yes.
I have a job.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Do you have down payment? Yes. All those, but you want to get the no's, like, do you have bad credit? No.
Right. Maybe it's how you ask the question. There you go. That's
and
that's a very good point.
Yeah. So.
And the funny thing is that the easy thing, what I have learned in just life, it's easy for people to say no because they'd rather say no when they're not sure about something. So when people are when you're asking people some questions, sometimes they don't like change. So they don't like things that are different. They don't like things that are out of the norm. So it's easier to say no than yes because they don't want anything to change, right?
Yeah.
So
we're all creatures of habit.
Right.
I kind of like my creature.
So you're right. So maybe how you word the questions, you like your creature.
Yeah, I like my creature.
Who you call habit.
Yeah.
That brings us to habits.
Yes. So I just segued in for you.
You segued.
Perfectly smooth. What a transition.
So we love this one. I love this one as well anyway. So it talks about changing your habits.
So wait. Whenever she says we, she means her, okay? Just remember that. We love it. She loves this.
When it's something that we don't like, it's like, yeah, I don't like this one.
I know. Well, it's okay.
All right.
We're brutally honest.
Habits. So it's easy to fall into bad habits, right? We fall into bad habits of having maybe ice cream every single night. We know in the long run that is not good for us. I know, I love it too, but it's not good for me.
I went to Twisty Treat the other night. Oh my gosh.
Who'd you go to?
Twisty Treat.
Yeah, I know.
So good. It's a treat.
I know. It is a treat. Anyway, but it's bad habits. So we all fall into bad habits sometimes. So this came from one of the top producers in our company, which I thought was fantastic. And she talked about just changing your habits. And it actually comes from a book called The One Thing, I believe, is where she got it from. But in any event, it talks about changing your habits. So people are like, oh, you have to go on a diet to lose weight. You want to lose weight, you need to go on a diet or whatever. She said, no, you don't need to go on a diet. Just change your habits. Just change the bad habits and turn them into good habits, that kind of a thing. I need more clients, so change the bad habits. So what are you doing not getting clients? Well, if you're sitting there watching Judge Judy, at 4 o'clock and, on a Wednesday afternoon or whatever, then that's a bad habit that you need to change to get into, to leave room for the good habits and then start forming new good habits. I thought that was a very interesting take on things.
No, you got to do it every day.
No one wants to go on a diet, and no one wants to prospect. It's hard to prospect, right? But we know it's a needed thing we have to do. We have to eat, if we want to be fit, we need to change our habits of our bad eating. If we want to be successful in business and such, we need to change our bad habits and put good habits in place.
So one of the good habits and a tip that we passed
that we both loved
is, the habit of looks matter, like grooming yourself, making yourself look professionally, dressing. You say dress professional, but I think you need to dress to the level of the client you're dealing with. Like I think if you came in a suit and you're dealing with a millennial, that's a gnarly beach dude, you don't want to be in a suit.
You're going to make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, but you want to maybe dress down a little bit, more business
more
casual.
to what he would
with a polo and slacks,
not so scary
or
to him.
Jeans.
Right.
Yeah, not over
Good
intimidating,
point.
where they can relate. But you're dealing with a retired couple that's old school, that's used to dealing with their banker, per se, that's all dressed in a suit and tie. you better dress up to the role.
Right.
You know, they're going to expect that. So know your customer. Go back to it. And you know what, we've heard about listing agents or buyer's agents meeting clients in shorts and a t-shirt, and you know, and you met them for the first time and you're trying to decide who you're going to work with. You better dress to that level, or
Right.
you may not get that appointment. So I love that.
One of the other ones that that we thought was really good was working in your business and on your business. Again, we all have to prospect,
Yes.
and then we have to do the job, right? So you have to get the business first, and then you have to do the job. So I thought this was interesting too, from one of the top producers in our company. 4 hours and 4 hours. So you spend 4 hours in your business, 4 hours on your business out of the day. Whether you do it once a week, twice a week, something like that, but make sure you are time blocking so that you have a specific time that you are setting aside every single week, every single day, whatever it is, to work on your business. If you don't work on your business, you're not going to have anything to work in your business. You're not going to have any clients if you're not working on your business. And again, it's not something people want to do all the time, but it's a necessary thing to do. Time block it. If it's on your calendar, you're more likely to do it.
You have to plan. You
have to plan.
If you're not planning your week will be planned for you.
Yeah. And then you're just reacting.
And then plan. What's your strategy? What are you going to do next week? What are you going to do the following week? What's your month plan? What's your quarterly plan? What's your semi-annual plan? What's your annual plan? What are your goals? Again, you know, and then you can achieve those goals. So sometimes it's hard because we're all busy and we're just like on this hamster wheel and we're just running, trying to keep up. And I get it. Listen, I'm there. I'm on the wheel with you. I'm
too.
on the wheel with you.
Yep.
So it's tough.
Yep.
Great tips, though. I try to save, you know, my goal is always Friday afternoon, not working in the business. I try to not make appointments, try not to deal with the day-to-day operations, but planning the overall strategy. What are we going to do to grow? How are we going to get there?
It's definitely something, that I'm putting into my calendar.
All right, let's talk about upcoming
block.
things. I got a date for you. We have a great lunch and learn coming up. So for you,
February
real estate
9th.
professional, you already know the date.
I already know the date, February 9th.
So February 9th, we have a 2-hour CE course on cybersecurity, cybercrime. You definitely don't want to miss it. You're going to get 2 free hours of CE. How do you know, that's crazy. 2 free hours of CE. All you got to do is log in on Zoom with us. You guys can sit there and eat your popcorn and drink your coffee or your soda or whatever it is you might desire and get 2 hours. It's on February 9th, 11:30. Ask us for the Zoom link. We'll send it out there. It is for real estate professionals only. And
we're hoping one day to get back to in person because we all miss Carrabba's, don't we?
Yeah, we do. But just right now, it's just not happening, unfortunately. But at some point, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you got some great information today.
We appreciate all of you guys. We are today and every day.
Moving forward, don't
See you
forget,
next week.
share this show. Have a great week, everybody.